Fingers crossed this works. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, what a good hand. Sweet. I heard myself briefly and I had to mute it because hearing yourself talk is extremely distracting. Yay, it's working. Alright, awesome. Boy, it would be really nice if one week I could start on time without awful difficulties. That would just be lovely. Started at like 7:20 last week and now we're starting at like 7:35. Awesome. Yeah, anyways, so gonna stream for a while. Was gonna be 7 to 9. Now I guess I'll probably go to 9:30 depending on how games work out. Anyways, I'm gonna try and show off a Jinteki deck, though I didn't get a chance to edit it as much as I'd like. But it's fine. I'll do some quick edits. I can probably do that like shortly after someone's turn gets taken. Something like that. Oh. Reina Roya costed me credits. Normally Caduceus is free. Now it's going to cost me 4 because he's probably going to beat this Trace, is my guess. I think I value my credits so much more than ending this run that I'm going to put this... Normally with Caduceus, especially against people with 1 link, I put 1 credit into each Trace. That way they have to pay 3 to deny me 3. But I really want the credits. I'm willing to let him access for a mere 1 credit if it means I get my 3 credits back. 5 is a key number because next turn I can install Bastion and Melange Mining Corp as a remote, and then I'll still be able, like, if he runs it, I can res the Bastion and then still have a credit left over to res the Mining Corp, assuming he doesn't like hit this pop-up window. But yeah, 5 credits is a lot of credits. It's a lot more than 4 in this situation. Normally 4 would be the key number, but Roya throws the math off as usual. Oh, sweet. Well, not sweet because 50% chance of hitting either Beal or Melange, each of which would be terrible, but hey, I'm getting a credit. So that's nice. Also, if someone could post in the thread on BoardGameGeek, boy, that'd be sweet. Every week we can have someone else do the technical issues are done post, and we can see how quickly I can get this thing. Maybe I should just start at 6:30 and like not even have any games, just a chat, just fireside chat for half an hour. Except it's not a chat because you can't hear me. Anyways, wow, I had this whole introductory spiel, and it's totally wasted because no one could hear it. So I guess I'll repeat it. So, welcome once again to my stream. There goes my melange. Very excited to be streaming again. This is my second stream of 2014. It's great. We're going to be looking at Gabe on the runner side, as well as this NBN midseason deck that I wrote an article about that you can find on CorpDraw, www.corpdraw.com. It's very easy to find from their homepage, the article I wrote about the midseason replacements deck that I'm playing now, and I'm also going to play a Jinteki deck, but I need to edit it quickly, so you can probably watch me make some last-minute edits. Well, I don't have anything to do anymore, because my plan was to start melanging, but now I don't have a melange. Well, that sucks. Alright, let's see if I can't find some spicy cards. Okay, well, that's no fun. I think I'm just going to take some credits. Got plenty of ice anyways. Whew, liberated accounts. Pretty good. Not a card I see ever because it's Anarch and 3 influence or 2. Oh, it's only 2. Anyway, it's not splash worthy. It's not that good, but it's pretty good in Anarchs. These draws are terrible. I need some economy right now, not agendas. Well, I don't mind losing a breaking news too much right now, so I'm gonna do this. Either he runs it, in which case he's hitting a Caduceus, which isn't so bad for me, and he'll get the breaking news, but that's okay. I mean, it'd be nicer if I had a mid-season right now, but I kind of want to advance the board. What is that? Knight? Huh. Interesting. Well, it's gonna cost him a pretty penny. Don't think I've ever played against Knight. It's going to cost him 4 credits to break it fully. It's an awful lot of credits. Oh. He's going to let me trace for credits, huh? That's kind of weird. I'm just going to pump it once. Seems like spending 2 credits to stop me from getting 3 credits would be a really good idea on my opponent's part. But I guess not. Okie dokie. Well, now I certainly... Well, I don't want... I want to be able to score that breaking news. I'm going to put Beal down. I think I can score the Beal here. I mean, he can knight the Bastion, I guess, but... Maybe I should have trashed the Caduceus and installed the Bastion. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how to play against cases right now. Knight especially is weird. Well, it's costing me all my money. Oh, Rook doesn't... I have to auto-do Rook. That's too bad, right? Because Rook is... it's the one that... Yeah, the res cost of each ice protected server is increased by 2. Yep. This guy sure likes going after my remote servers, huh? Kind of annoying. Oh! It bugged. I should have 4 credits. Because normally, when you're playing against NBN, like this is a Sansan or a Jackson Howard or something. No, I haven't drawn any of those. I've only drawn agendas. Ugh, he has no way of knowing that, and yet... Perfect play. Oh, jeez. There's the Corroder. How does he run here? I mean, he gets in if he does. And then he's suddenly at 3 points. And I'm not going to be able to mid-season very effectively, considering he's already at 3 points. I have to give him another agenda on top of it. Well, he's thinking about it. It'd be just lovely if he decided to, like, run my hand here or something. Oh, okay. Just gonna draw a card. Sweet. Well, I'm gonna score this Beal. That's what I'm gonna do. And then next turn, I'm gonna install Sansan and take 2 credits, which is gonna make it look like it might be another agenda. And so he'll run it probably. And he'll see a Sansan. And he might trash it, he might not, I don't really care. Mostly I just want to force him to spend a bunch of credits getting through these pieces of ice for no good reason. Another liberated accounts is annoying. That's a lot of cash. Oh boy, and Mimic's really good. Mimic's gross. Don't like that. Anyways, I think the play is still the same. Yeah, now he can get through to that Sansan for only 5 credits. Oh, he won't even be able to trash the Sansan. That's sweet. Oh, wait, did I do the math wrong? Yeah, I did the math totally wrong. No, he totally... I forgot about the Mimic. Yeah, he can trash the Sansan. Okay. Well, that's fine. He's poor again. Celebrity gift? Ooh, Melange is also really sweet. Because he either has to go broke going after it, or... What else do I want to do here? I kind of want to end the turn on 4 cards in hand so that if I Melange... I don't have to discard. But, I mean, this Caduceus isn't really doing that much now that he has a Mimic out. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just take credits. Maybe I want to like put another pop-up window over HQ or something. It's possible. Anyways, we'll see what happens. Katie Jones. Never a fun one to see, but I mean, if he builds it up enough, it's possible that I... Oh, wow, he's not... That seems wrong. That seems really wrong. Seems like you want to use Katie Jones there. Can always run R&D next turn. And then also Katie Jones some more. Like, now he has 1 credit. I'm tempted to, like... Over... No, okay. Yeah, I want a Melange. And yeah, we can discard the Caduceus. It's not the most valuable card right now. I wonder if he wants to trash my Melange or not. Looks like I don't think he even can. Cost him 5 to get in? Yeah, there's no way. Alright, so I'm going to play out 3 cards. Just going to defend HQ some more. And this way I can Melange a few more times without having to discard. Because I don't really want to discard any of those cards because they're all valuable. And this way he can't... Like, my HQ is temporarily quite vulnerable if I play 3 cards but don't, like, ice it up as I did. But yeah, now I'm pretty safe. Yeah, see, because he can move... I guess, oh, that's a problem, that his rook was stuck on that bastion, because there was not on the same... Yeah. Yeah. Because rooks have to move like rooks. So now he can... Oh, that's too bad. Like, now this pop-up window costs 3 to res if he runs here? Jeez. Not fun. Luckily, he can't run right now, because even just this pop-up window stops him. Because he is poor. What's this knight doing? Oh. Oh, okay, he wanted to move knight over to bastion. Because it's 1 cheaper. That seems like an awful... Like, that seems like a waste of clicks to me. Yeah, let's melange. What I'm hoping to set up is I installed, like, Tollbooth here, and then, like, Astro here at some point. And then I have a pretty safe Astro script. Like, that's awful expensive. Or better yet, or maybe even like a breaking news, and then I can trash the Katie Jones. That'd be sweet. It would be awesome to kill Katie Jones. Oh, that's a shame. Though, I mean, this sort of has the same effect in that he's going to spend all those credits killing my melange. Which opens the door for shenanigans. Alright, I should acknowledge that his run is successful. He's up to 7 cards. Probably means he'll have to discard unless he has like a modded or something, but that seems like a weird thing to splash for. I'm actually thinking I might want to trash that bastion to kill his rook. Oh no, he can pawn. Huh. Yeah, I think getting an Astro Strip scored is probably the way to go. Oh yeah, I should. Whoops. You should always draw cards before you make plays, but I realized I actually want a card here because next turn I'm going to score the Astro Script. I'll have 5 cards, and then the next turn I'll start with 6 cards, and then I can Celebrity Gift and then do something else, like probably install Jackson Howard in the remote. I should also probably do something about R&D. I focused a bit too much on HQ and my remote, it seems, since R&D is extremely inexpensive. My opponent got credits enough to play a medium. I could be in real trouble. Sweet, just what the doctor ordered. I mean, I'm gonna do my AstroScript first, obviously. But, yeah. Tollbooth's a nice draw. I guess it's only actually costing me 2 credits, since I get 1 back. Yeah, okay, let's res this. Oh yeah, I have to... whoops. Manually do rook. Yeah, that was expensive for him. Jeez. Yeah, because if he pays the 1 credit to get through, he can't even check the tag if this bastion stops him. Yeah, I think I actually want to just... I didn't really realize just how close to winning I am. If I draw 1 more Beal or AstroScript, the game's over. Basically, as long as I don't lose agendas. So, rather than worrying about like Jackson Howard or setting up this breaking news to kill his Katie Jones or anything like that, I should just like bunker down, score the breaking news next turn, and then draw cards until I see an agenda. Because my R&D is pretty safe. Now that I put the toolbooth there, my HQ is pretty safe. It's what? 5 credits to get through, and he has to give me 2 credits each time. That's pretty expensive. I can, if I need to, I can put another toll booth down. Yeah. This breaking news. I mean, it's always nice killing Katie Jones, especially when she has a lot of credits on her. But there's just no point. I don't need to kill the Katie Jones because those 9 credits are maybe getting him 1 or 2 accesses. Yeah, scoring an AstroScript is just so amazing. Anyways, yeah. Hey everyone, look how good Midseason Replacements combo is. It's such a good deck, right? Midseason Replacements combo. That's why we're winning. Because we're playing midseason. Though this is actually a strength of the deck, is that it's a combo deck that doesn't need to play like a combo deck, which is very nice. That's an awkward draw. That's unfortunate. It's a little weird that he's worried about Scorched after he saw me play Celebrity Gift. He's seen Caduceus. He's seen 2 Caduceus and a Celebrity Gift. It'd be kind of weird if I was running like just those and then like 2 Scorches as my influence, and I saw all the not Scorch influence. Be kind of weird. Anyways, so the current situation is that if I score this character assassination, I win. And also, if I draw any 3/2, I win. Uh-oh. Someone's having memory issues. Which one's Bishop? I can't even remember. Host Ice has -2 strength. Okay. Sure. These Kaisa are weird. I still have no idea if they're any good or not. Like, this Rook has cost me, what, 4 credits? That's not terrible. Could cost me more if he was running more aggressively. But he is not. So I think I'm gonna install the character assassination here. Hedge fund. And do I want to put another toll booth there? I don't think that's actually worth doing. Let's just use a hedge fund. Alright, moment of truth. See if he can't get into this server. Nope, he's playing a liberated accounts. That is the game. Cool. Yeah, I'm sure any of the lines that people are suggesting in the chat would have also won this game. I'm just... It seemed a little precarious at the start, but as soon as I got that... Once I drew the second melange and I got it going, this game felt pretty over. Like, he wasn't getting accesses while that was happening, and so I just had a vastly more efficient economy engine going. Then he had to spend a bunch of credits to kill it, but by then I'd drawn like restructure and hedges and celebrity gift. Like, there was no way I was going to run out of cash. Sure, I'll destroy liberated accounts, whatever. Alright, well, that's that game. Alright. While I'm waiting for a game, I can edit that Jinteki deck. I never got around to it. I know the edits I want to make in broad strokes. I forgot that I needed to do that. Chat temporarily squelched. Huzzah. Not really. But it's easier to do this in full screen. Here we go. What I'm actually doing is just making this deck's ice composition more like the deck you just saw. That's actually what's happening. Yeah, I was playing like Data Pike, Wall of Thorns, Wall of Static. What terrible cards. Not really. Wall of Thorns isn't a very good card, but Wall of Static's fine. But I'd rather... This deck prefers Bastion. Because it's like the NBN deck in that it wants ice that's expensive to break. And is willing to pay higher res costs in order to get it. I think I can afford to cut the one... Probably. Right, and I'm cutting Scorched Earth. Card sucks. Not really. Card's okay. Just... Everyone already respects it, I find. It wasn't really doing me that much good when I played this deck. I'd rather have more and better ice. 2 pop-up windows and another tool booth. Pretty sweet. And then what else do I want to do? Because this puts me at not enough ice. I have like 10 pieces of ice in here now or something. 13. I think I can afford to put in like 1 Data Pike. I prefer Data Pike to Enigma since this deck is really trying to hurt the credits. Actually, Enigma's probably better. Like the click... No one runs on their last click against Jinteki. It's suicide. So Enigma's actually just better. Okay. Let's go with 2 Enigma. That seems fair. 6 Code Gates. Probably not too much. And then I need 1 more card. 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 1 Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I'll go with a Draco, actually. Although, I don't even care about the tags. Phew. Jinteki just does not have good ice. I'm gonna go with a Wall of Thorns. Or maybe I want... Yeah, I probably want Wall of Static. Wall of Thorns is a lot more to get through. Like, it costs 5 as opposed to 2 for a Corroder to break. But, whatever. I already have the 2 toll booths. As ice that's really tough to break. So, whatever. I'm sure I need to do other things, but it seems fine for the start. It says I've been disconnected. I don't know if that actually means... Looks like it's working. That's probably just a leftover. Oh yeah, Chum's not bad. Maybe should have been Chum, but I don't want to run that many code gates, because then you find yourself facing down a Yogg and you're screwed. I think 6 code gates is plenty. Then I have 7 barriers and 4 sentries. For a total of 17 pieces of ice. Seems like plenty. Who knows, maybe I should just cut the Wall of Static and put in like a 1 of pad campaign. Or some nonsense like that. I can't wait for that, that code gate, that Jinteki code gate that's coming out in Honor and Profit. Because Jinteki has such terrible ice. It's just really pathetic how bad Jinteki's ice is. So, a card that is so insanely good, like that card looks ridiculously powerful, in Jinteki, seems like it'll be a good thing. Should help design space a bit. Because right now, you really need to spend a lot of influence on ice to have anything, like have a reasonable composition. Most people have like really good answers to Neural Katana these days, and they don't really run too much until they get it out. Yeah, Inazuma, that's the name. Well, whatever. I'm tired of waiting. I'm gonna go join this game. Yeah. There's also that card that puts 3 advancement counters on something in a new server, which I think is interesting with Off the Grid. I can't really think of any other way to make that server safe. And so people are just going to be doing the like, ooh, is it an agenda, is it a trap thing? But I'm not like super excited about that kind of play, because it just means if my opponent guesses right, I'm in big trouble. Because if it's a trap and they don't run it, you just invested a lot of resources into nothing. And if it's an agenda and they do run it, well, you just lost an agenda. But like you can put it in a new server, then you can immediately install and res Off the Grid. Oh, whoops. It's just a shame that you can't... It's a shame that there's no good 6 to score agendas outside of HB. Like if mandatory upgrades or Jinteki or Wayland, then you could do that combo to score mandatory upgrades, and that'd be sweet. I mean, at this point, your deck's terrible because you're playing all these awful cards, but whatever. It'd be cute. Okay. Yeah, so the short answer in the chat is Nisei Trains. So this deck is basically like an NBN deck, except instead of scoring Astros into Astros, you're scoring Niseis into Niseis. And also into other things. It's incredibly easy to score Brain Trust in any Jinteki Personal Evolution deck, because people are so worried about the snare. They really don't want to hit a snare. So if you just install Don't Advance something, you can usually score it. Well, that makes Brain Trust pretty easy to score, and that's 2 easy points. And then you can score Clone Retirement, and that's an easy point, straight from your hand. Whew, this hand's sweet. And then you score 1 Nisei, and then you put like a Fetal AI or another Nisei or something in the server. They have to get through your remote, get kicked out by Nisei, and then get through your remote again, and then steal the agenda, take the net damage from that, and then not be dead to your neural AMPs. And that can be tough. The theory is really nice. Deck's not actually that great. It just doesn't win as much as NBN, but whatever. These games are just for fun, so figured I would show it off. And who knows, maybe the shifts in ice make it better. It's possible. Not celebrity gifting here, because I want to get this ice down first. You have to be careful with your celebrity gifts when you're playing Jinteki, because people really respect Neural Katana. So if you're playing a Jinteki deck without Neural Katana, you don't want to give that away. You want people to think, oh, those might be Neural Katanas. I really don't want to lose half my hand and then maybe die to a snare. I better not run. And then Ichi gets to sit around and wait until they have breakers, and it's useful. Oh no, Spinal Modem. Oh no, the Toolbox. Oh god, that card's actually really good against me. Oh, it's a terrible card, but it's good. It's good specifically against me. It's even better against the NBN deck. I don't think my NBN deck, unless they play the Toolbox, then immediately score an agenda so that I can mid-season them while they're low from playing the Toolbox. Unless that happens, I can't really do anything. Anyways. Okay, Hoku Sacred's not a bad draw. I'm just going to score this Clone Retirement. I really wish Clone Retirement were just a 2-1 that was blank, because giving away bad publicity is just dreadful for this deck. But I need the ability to score a 1-pointer from hand. It's just too useful. Like, Unorthodox Predictions is not good enough. Even though I think Unorthodox Predictions might be decent in this deck, and I'll probably want to test it at some point, because it sort of Nisei trains the same way, in that if you can if you install Advance and then next turn Advance install something, they can't get at that thing. Yeah, I think I'm going to lose this game, unfortunately. I've played against decks like this where they just have these really dirtily economies that in really long games are really good, but are terrible in shorter games. I almost always lose to them because this deck relies on going late. It has a lot more late game potential than most Corp decks. Alright, time to draw some cards. Cool. Those are some good draws. Uh, let's draw one more card. And sweet. Piece of ice. Can you get a remote server going? And then next turn will be Celebrity Gift Restructure. Woo! So good. So much money. Very rich. But yeah, I'm not excited about my prospects this game. I think I'm probably losing this one. Just because the matchup is so poor. No res. That Ichi does nothing right now. He has 3 link, so not even the trace matters. Whatever, it's fine. No big deal. Okay, whatever. I'm sure that's enough time. Okay, so now, do I actually want to play Restructure, or do I want to, like, put down the Brain Trust, or do I want to put down the Hokusai Grid because it might... Like, do I want to fork Hokusai Grid Brain Trust here? I think I do. And I want it to be the Brain Trust. It's actually kind of terrifying because I really need to be able to score this Brain Trust. But I think the fact that he doesn't know what this ice is, and he doesn't even know that this is the Brain Trust, it could easily be the Hokusai, feels reasonable. And I don't need to worry about not being able to play the Restructure since I have another Celebrity Gift ready to get me back up to this many credits if I need to. If I end up like resing this, then scoring that. Like if I res this, and also res this, and also score this or something. Oh boy, okay, well this is safe if he's playing Professional Contacts this turn. There's no way he gets in now. I guess if he inside jobs, but come on. What are the chances? Especially when, like, if it's a Hokusai, if I put down the Hokusai Grid and he inside jobs, it's just so terrible. Like, he can't even trash the Hokusai Grid, he's just taking net damage for no reason. Yeah. Oh my god, net shield. What? What? Okay, I'm definitely losing this game. Oh my god. I can't beat net shield toolbox. Way too good. Though, if I score that Nisei, I almost certainly win, which is cool. Now that, because it'll put me up to 5 points, and then, yeah. Yeah, no, this is a lot. Like, he has literally all the best cards against what I'm trying to do. I can't attrition him down because he has Underworld Contacts. I can't do this thing where by forcing your opponent to click for cards a bunch, they're not actually playing their economy cards. And like if they need to hold like Sure Gambles and Dirty Laundries in their hand to protect against net damage, they can't play those cards for money. It's why I think, like a lot of people say, oh, you should try and bottleneck cards and not worry about credits. I think that's false. I think when you're bottlenecking cards, it makes credits much more scarce for the runner. That's sort of one of the reasons this deck, I think, is the least reasonable. But he has Professional Contacts, so I can't really do that. And he also has Net Shield, and also Toolbox. Oh god. He just has the grindiest cards. You can't outgrind this setup. It's just the most, like, inevitability late game blah 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 nonsense. And okay, so the toolbox, why I don't like the toolbox. So for one thing, Desperado's better. You don't need the two memory usually. Usually one memory is enough. The two recurring credits, Desperado credits are basically the same thing. If you only make one run a turn, then the toolbox credits it's 2 credits instead of just 1 credit from Desperado. But as soon as you make a second run, that ceases to be true. Did he just waltz into my Ichi, allowing me to kill this net shield? Oh, value, score, and then the 2 link, I guess, is nice, but most people aren't running that much Tracy Nice these days. Like NBN is, but a lot of people are even just playing The World Is Yours because Andromeda and Kate are the 2 most popular runners, and so like there's a lot of link to fight. Admittedly, the toolbox is amazing against all the decks that I build, but that's just me being weird. Why is he? Oh, okay. Why is he breaking that though? I'm not gonna spend all my credits just to brain damage him. That would be silly. Well, whatever. I got his net shield. I'm happy. Like, I don't even think I can. Like, I can get the trace up to 7. He could just spend 4 credits, and he'd be fine, because he has 3 link. I don't think he should have clicked through that. Okay, yeah. So, but that's just 1 point. So Desperado's better. So just play Desperado. Second point is that the decks like mine, which have link, like the midseason deck I was playing earlier, well, you just spent 9 credits, so you're going to be poor temporarily, and so if you take agendas, you're going to get midseason. So it's like, even the decks that it's good against, it's bad against. At least, I guess midseason's not super popular right now, but it should be. Midseason's sweet. What if they have Flare? Flare I know is not popular, but just like, the point is that there's a bunch of not super popular things that randomly destroy it, like mid-season replacements and also Flare. If you get flared, you're so dead. So that's another problem. What are the other problems? Okay, you already have better options in terms of paying a bunch of credits now for a late game advantage, namely Professional Context and Magnum Opus. Like, you already have things that are like that have front-loaded investments, but that pay off over long periods of time, which is what Tollbooth is doing, and the other things tend to do it better in Shaper. So I don't like it for that reason. Yeah, there are a bunch of reasons I don't like Toolbox. This is the rant about why Toolbox isn't a good card hour. Hope everyone's enjoying it. Alright. Let's give away some more giraffes. You get a giraffe. You get a giraffe. You get a giraffe. I can't do an Oprah voice, otherwise I'd do an Oprah voice. And this time I don't have another celebrity gift waiting in the wings, so I'm going to pop the restructure now while I'm sure I have the money for it. Yeah, this deck is literally the exact same. These 2 decks that I'm playing have literally the exact same economy packages. It's the same 12 cards. And then the ice is fairly similar. Not the most, so like, there's at least, I want to say 20 cards in common between the 2 decks. It might actually only be 19, now that I think of it. Yeah, it's 19. They have 19 cards the same. The 12 economy cards, and then 3 Bastion, 2 Pop-Up, 2 Tollbooth. 19 cards. Yeah. Oh, man. I really want to get copies of this Crypsis. This is the best altar. Except maybe the Data Sucker, I don't know. I have this one, but I don't play Kate, so it doesn't really do me any good. And I have one Data Sucker, but playing only one is not great. Oh my god, is this a Eureka deck? Is that why he's playing the Toolbox? Because he's Eureka-ing? I'll say this, Eureka for Toolbox is way better than Eureka for Monolith, which is what some people are doing. I give way more credit to Eureka Monolith. Okay, I think I'm going to just go for it. Yeah, I'm going to just go for it. Like, I don't think he's going to have 4 credits at the start of his turn, plus the 2, so 6. That's not enough for Crypsis to get through. And, I mean, I guess if he has a Corroder, but why wouldn't he have played it? Why would he have played the Crypsis instead? I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, I just have to fingers crossed he doesn't have a Corroder like in his hand. Yeah, the Scorched Earth is pretty nice. That's all the ones that I have. I don't play. Like I have a playset of the Scorched Earths, but I never play Wayland. I should talk to people in my local meta about if they have any and if they'll trade for them. Because I have like a couple playmats too. That's the thing about Torch is why not just Data Sucker Yogg? Like you're actually getting through most things cheaper. Like the game's in this awkward position where they can't really print better cards to make the metagame more diverse because runners are already so advantaged, but then they also can't like or at least it's not good if they create a scenario where everyone's always playing the same cards. But it seems like the good cards are so much better than the other cards. Though it's actually a problem. I haven't tested, I don't think, any Malotempora cards. I haven't even picked it up. It's the one thing I don't own in Netrunner. Uh-oh, run on my HQ. Get out of here. He can technically break, but I think it'd be crazy for him to spend 5 credits here. And his virus counter on Crypsis. Like, that's all his money. Oh, I guess he's doing it. Crazy. Anyway, so yeah, I haven't tested Malotempora enough. And second thoughts, the only card I've paid a lot of attention to is Restructure. Other than that, I haven't done too much with it. So it's possible that there are good ideas, or like good decks out there that I'm just not familiar with, but I figure like I'd see them by now, at least with second thoughts. If there was like a really good like Torch deck or Eureka deck. And I mean, I've seen some Eureka decks, but they haven't impressed me too much. Yeah, that feels like the right choice. Uh-oh, test run. Oh yeah, this deck. A problem with it. It's actually just stone cold dead to Atman. If your opponent's playing Atman, you lose. You just lose. The game is over because uh, Bastion, Eli, Ichi all at 4, and now 212 booths at 5. So Atman for 4, 1 data sucker gets through over half the ice. Yeah. And then some of the other ice are things like pop-up window. So those 2 cards mean you can break all but, I think, the 2 enigmas. The swordsman gets you, and then like the 1 wall of static or something. Anyways, didn't I have... Oh yeah, I have my brain trust in hand. Okay. So I can't rely on this server too much anymore. Okay. Let's see, it'll cost him 5 to get through this server, because he has to break... Yeah, so it'll cost him 10 to get through the whole thing twice. Yeah, I don't think he can get through twice. At least not without playing a card from his hand and stuff, and if he does all that, well then, 1 damage here, 1 damage here, 1 damage here, he might be dead. Molny might be. It's possible he isn't. Oh yeah, I guess... No, but isn't... No. Isn't Shipment from Sansan opening moves? I thought it was. Oh no, I guess it isn't. Yeah, it's Second Thoughts. Yeah, okay, that card I have experimented with. Never mind. I was mistaken. I have experimented with Shipment from Sansan. It's really good in HP Fast Advance, but I really don't like HP Fast Advance because like 60 to 70% of people, or maybe even more, are playing decks that just want to account siphon you as many times as they possibly can, and you just don't have good tag protection. Okay, so I am going to win this game. Sweet. Didn't think I was going to. Unless he has a Stim Hack in hand. No, because if he has a Stim Hack in hand, that kills him. Never mind. I'm dumb. Yeah, he is 1 credit shy. I think I probably did my math wrong. Because all sorts of things could have gotten him in, but they did not. It was actually probably a mistake to do what I did. Whoops. Yep. That right there is the story. Not enough money to make it in twice. That's the plan. Alright. So yeah. I guess I was able to just go fast enough that his crazy late game was not able to prevail, which is sweet. Oh, whoops. I accidentally removed... Whatever. Man, he's running a lot of economy. Daily cast as well. So anyways, yeah, that's my take on Jinteki. It's not a terrible deck, I don't think. I think my NBN deck's better, and I would not bring this to a tournament unless I tested it a lot more. Alright, let's see if I can get one more game in as the runner, since I've shown 2 corp games now. And I was playing Gabe earlier, but there was no sound, which is not nearly as helpful, I don't think. So, yeah. Hopefully get a Gabe game in. And I think I want to not play that wall of static. I think I want to turn that into something else, though I'll have to figure it out. One card I'm very excited about for both of the decks I just showed is NAPD Contract. I think it goes right into both, though I think the NAPD into Jinteki thing means it's time to switch to Replicating Perfection, and the cut is Fetal AI. And you just sort of, and you play Sundew probably. I don't know. Second Swordsman, maybe. The thing is, I have a feeling that you just lose to Atman even if you run 3 Swordsmen. Also, I don't see it anymore. I can't remember the last time I played against an Atman deck. Not for quite some time, anyways. It's actually one of the reasons I find the discussion, or Atman's a good example of why I find the discussion Gabe versus Andromeda, which seems to be the preoccupation of every forum these days. It finally died down on StimHack forums, and then suddenly there's a thread about it on Board Game Geek. Yeah, so Kate, Catman, is either really good or really bad depending on what people are playing, right? So why isn't it possible that depending on what, here we go, on what corporations are playing, Gabe or Andromeda could be the best decision for a given tournament? And I think that's largely true. I went to a local tournament, the one David Prophet in the chat ran, and in the second round, and I brought Gabe because I thought it was better at the time. And in my second round, my opponent was playing an off-the-grid deck, and I just won. It was just, there's nothing he could do. Sneak Door Beta beats off-the-grid, and his entire strategy was just, there was just 3 dead cards in his deck that I could trash for free, basically. So, if I'd been playing Andromeda, I mean, maybe I still win that game, I don't know, but it wouldn't have been as easy. It was just a free win. And sometimes your opponent is playing the whole Archer, what's it called? Corporate Troubleshooter, that's the card. They're playing that combo. Well, if there are archers in front of HQ, there's no real way you can emergency. It's not feasible usually to emergency shutdown it. But if you can just sneak door past it, then it's a lot easier. Oh man, this hand's sweet. Alright, I'm going to have to type out a response to this combat. Or this comment. Okay, I'm up against because we built it, which is weird. Anyways, he went what? Install advanced hedge fund? Sure. Okay, well, that's either a shadow or an ice wall. I'm not super interested in, like, forcing a res of either right now, so let's just sneak door and then Katie Jones. Seems pretty reasonable. Or I mean, who knows, maybe I hit a snare here. But nope, I hit a government contracts. Well, that's pretty good. Can't complain about that one. Anyway, so I guess my broad strokes reply to this comment is that it sounds like that deck's very different, and it seems like just because you can do that with Jinteki doesn't mean you must. It seems reasonable to at least try a taxing type of thing in Jinteki when you have cards built in that play that sort of game. For one thing, again, if people constantly need to hold up cards to prevent themselves from dying, that means they're not playing things that convert cards into credits, like Sure Gamble's Dirty Laundry. They're holding them in their hand. So that's the first thing. Second thing, you have cards that naturally punish your opponent being low on credits. So if you're giving away a bunch of bad pub, cards like Fetal AI aren't as good as they have the potential to be. Cards like Hokusai Grid aren't as good as they have the potential to be. And those are cards that most people usually play anyways. But when you can hit someone with a Hokusai Grid and they don't have the credits to trash it, so they have to get hit by that net damage again later if they want to rerun that server, that's huge. If your opponent is ever like really poor, and you can make the 2 credits that they have to pay to steal Fetal AI really matter, then that's also like a huge advantage that you're giving away when you play things like Profiteering. This isn't to say that Profiteering's bad or anything. I think it's quite good. But I don't think just because you can play that style in Jinteki doesn't mean you have to. I think it's perfectly reasonable to try and do other things. Maybe it's not as good as MBN. I mean, it probably isn't. But that's not because there are no Jinteki cards that play well that way. It's because they don't have Astroscript. Any deck with Astroscript is just better by virtue of having things like Astroscript. I'm pretty sure if Jinteki also just has a dearth of really good cards. I imagine as Jinteki gets better cards, which it'll certainly get some good cards in Honor and Profit. At least I hope so. Yeah, I think it'll get better. And I think a taxing style is perfectly reasonable. Yeah, let's sneak door. I hate running when I have a Desperado in hand because I want to get the Desperado credit, but I think it makes the most sense for me to get 2 credits here, draw 2 cards, and then Katie Jones, and then next turn I can start with Desperado. Oh wow, this doesn't feel fair. I've accessed 2 cards and they've both been agendas. not the most fun way for a game to go. And like really good agendas to steal too, because like taking away your opponent's hostile takeover means they can't res archer and stuff. Yeah. I think I'm going to be hard pressed to lose this game. Oh yeah, and the reason why, like, why not just play NBN instead if you want to try and play that way? People play weird against Jinteki. Like, people are so used to Jinteki doing a certain kind of thing that they completely adjust their playstyle. And so you can take advantage of that by playing in a different playstyle sometimes. Whereas people will expect you to play things like Pop-Up Window and Toll Booth in NBN. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess, the government, the hostile takeover is kind of his fault, because he put that ice here instead of putting it here, and he probably shouldn't have. But whatever. Want to get Fairy down. Want to draw a card. Huh. Want to get Desperado down, and I'm going to pump Katie. And then next turn I can take my money off of Katie. And start running. Yeah, like the game we just watched, the thing at the start, where I put an Ichi in front of R&D, and normally that doesn't defend R&D that well, because people will face check, and then you can't really res the Ichi if they don't have a rig. But no one ever does that against Jinteki, because they're so scared. What is this? What targets multiple... Oh, shipment from Kaguya. Huh! This deck's weird. There are just 5 advancement counters on this piece of ice. Jeez. I mean, I guess that's what you expect from because we built it. I'm sure he's eventually going to start playing commercializations, and I think if he built the deck properly, archive memorying it as well. Let's find out what this is. If this is a shadow, then I can totally just let him run a trace on me, whatever. And then get my 3 credits. Yeah, it's a shadow. Cool. Strength of shadow doesn't matter, because it doesn't actually do that much. I mean, it's fine, but that's the thing, is I disagree with you there. I find I never lose to that style of Jinteki, ever. It's just, if you just play it really slowly, and always make sure you have a bunch of cards in your hand, and always make sure you have answers to the common tricks, you can usually just win in a really long, drawn-out game. I'm not a huge fan. Like, I think it was reasonable, like back when Gen Con happened, I think it was a reasonable choice to play like a Hollis-style Jinteki, because people were used to a different style of Jinteki back then. They were used to the like, oh, mind games, I'm going to trick you, blah, 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 that style. But now most people play it the way, like the Hollis recommendation, I guess. Ooh, indexing's nice. I'd probably just win if I can land an indexing. But that's the thing, like 3 archers in Jinteki. I'm not playing around Archer, but I'm playing around Neural Katana, and so I try and get a fairy up before I run. And so, like, you're inadvertently hit by that. Like, I'm already playing. Like, my deck's already designed to beat archers because Archer is so common in Wayland. Is the problem. It's like I might be surprised by the Archer, but I don't think I'm going to be devastated by it a lot of the time. Anyways, so back to the game at hand. We should special order. Also, I like how it's supposed to like chat about the game and then type about things that are typed, and I've just completely forgotten to do that. It's just so natural for me to respond to the chat with my voice. This change by Twitch is super annoying. Anyways. Yeah, this turn feels pretty simple. Find Corroder, play Corroder, sneak door into HQ, and then pump Katie. I should have done a Gabe count to see how much money I make off of my ability this game. To like get a sense and give a sense of its relative value. It's better than I think a lot of people give it credit. Especially if you're playing a same old thing account siphon deal, which this deck is. Those 2 extra credits each time you account siphon really add up when you do it like 3 or 4 times each game. I remember people were talking online in the forums like maybe you get it 4 or 5 times a game, and I just thought, what? Get it like 10 times a game. It's a lot of credits. Huh, is this another Ice Wall or is it another Shadow? Also, my opponent randomly has 17 credits. That's kind of terrifying. I should probably play this Plascrete out. Commercialization, real strong. Has he actually played Commercialization? He must have, right? At some point. Anyways, let's start. I haven't been paying nearly enough attention to what my opponent's been doing. Anyways. Getting paid to hit HQ is sweet, so let's do that. Trick of Light, okay. I mean, that's not super surprising. That's to be expected. Yeah, well, I wasn't really in a position to get Seasource Scorched. And in fact, now that I've seen Trick of Light, I don't really think I need to play the Plascrete. It feels like he's probably not running whatchamacallums, Scorched Earth, like Seasource. If he's running Trick of Light, like that's a lot of influence. A little bit, Yeah, let's hit R&D. Hopefully it's an Ice Wall and not a Shadow. I suspect it's a Shadow. Nope, it's an Ice Wall. Cool. Now that I know that, I'm probably going to set up to index him next turn, which might just win the game. Whoa, Junebug. Scary. I'd rather he not have that, I think. Oh, 2 indexings. Crazy. Oh yeah, that's another thing. This deck specifically is better against Jinteki because when you're using same old thing, I think indexing is a little bit better than R&D. Or it's actually just such a convoluted story as to why this works. Basically, indexing is a bit more influence than R&D interface, but that doesn't matter when you're not running Datasucker. You have the influence to spare. And well, why wouldn't you run Datasucker? Well, if you're running Sneakdoor Beta, because you don't have that much MU for non-breaker things, you can't really spend like 3 or 4 MU on programs that aren't breakers. So you don't want Datasucker that as much in Gabe as you do in Andromeda. So that means you have the influence to spare for indexing. Also, you're running same old thing, and same old thing for indexing is actually really sweet. And so that just sort of happens to inadvertently make you better against Jinteki because indexing is the one multi-access card that doesn't run you headlong into snares. Yeah. That's the long story. So there's all sorts of advantages, like little things like that make Gabe in some ways better than Andromeda. There are much more ways in which Andromeda, I think, is in a vacuum better than Gabe, but it's metagame dependent. There are metagames where it's correct to play Gabe anyways. Yeah, I'm just double checking. No, there's no reason not to index here. I can even Plascrete for defense if I need to. Alright. Alright. I don't currently have a good answer to Chimera. Well, he has plenty of cash. He can have his Beanstalk royalties. And then he can have his Trick of Light because he already has one of those. And by the time he draws that Chimera, he'll be fine. And Overset AI is not for a while. Because he might have an Archer in hand. Seems like Archer is a card he might have. I hope that these errors aren't actually ruining things. Okay. I think what I want to do now is draw a card and play Plascrete because it seems like now that I'm on 6 points, pretty much the only way I lose is getting flatlined. So even though like this leaves Katie Jones untapped, it seems fine. Especially since I have another indexing later. So let's just do as much as we possibly can to not die. And we can worry about economy stuff later since I have all the time in the world and I have another indexing here. I'm eventually going to see another agenda and he's not going to be able to score 7 points before I do. So let's just play it safe. And yeah, now that he knows about indexing, he understandably ices R&D much more. Well, might as well sneak towards. It gets me a credit anyways. Almost certainly no agendas in there, but whatever. And just do some more money stuff. Alright, so he just drew the Chimera. Yes. Man, he sure has enough credits. Just seeing if I could find like a special order or the one of Gordian Blade. Because I want to have a way to break code gates in case this isn't like an enigma or something. The plan is basically just to wait, get a bunch of cash, and then indexing twice for the win. Or not indexing, indexing then run R&D for the win. Indexing twice in a row would be really stupid. Alright, the card he just drew is unaccessed, which is terrifying. Huh, maybe it's an agenda? That's why he's... I see that, I don't know. Alright, well, I think I just go for the win here. Well, well, that sucks. Let's give him a bunch of archers, then a bunch of Hadrian's walls, then a commercialization. Whiffing is the worst. Oh, it's one card further. Now I have this stupid Crypsis and nothing to do with it. Awesome. I imagine Archer on R&D overset AI. That's my guess. I'm gonna have to find me some emergency shutdowns. By the way, did he pay the 2? Yeah, okay, he did. Good. Has he passed the turn? Guess he technically hadn't, but whatever. His turn is over. I'm gonna take my turn. Diesel. Sweet, Crescentus. Perfect. I mean, I don't really... Oh, an emergency shutdown. Awesome. In fact, I don't really think I can Crescentus because I'm too full of MU. Unless he reses a big piece of ice here and then I don't want my Sneak Door bit anymore. Yeah, I think that counts. Cool. Now, the question is, if I Katie Jones here, which I am tempted to do, what card do I discard? The worst card in my hand is probably Armitage, but I kind of really want to just be able to sit back for the next couple turns and build up a huge wad of cash so I can get through a Hadrian's Wall twice if I have to. I think probably the second same old thing seems excessive. I'm telegraphing that I have a same old thing because I wouldn't discard one unless I had another one, but whatever. I don't think... Oh, whoops. I want to discard it, not play it. There we go. Alright, and that is a Hadrian's Wall. Arc of Light for defensive purposes. That's cute. That ice wall's getting expensive. Yeah, we're just going to take some time off building up credits. Alright, well, we want to be able to index again, but I don't think we're quite there yet. I'll play those guys out. I think I can afford to give him one turn after this one. So he'll take this turn, then I'll durdle a bit more, then he'll take another turn, then I'll go for the win. Unless he does something that throws off the math. Like if he puts a second Hadrian's Wall here, that gets a bit awkward. Going through 2 Hadrian's Walls. Jeez. Though at that point I'll break the first one and then I'll let the second one in the run, and he'll have spent 20 credits. And hopefully I'll eventually just win. Because he'll have spent 20 credits. Okay, that's... What is that? Is that a trap? Is that a trap he set for me? I feel like that's a trap. Alright. Ooh. That's tempting. That is real tempting. I mean, I've seen all his draws. I know he's not running... I know he doesn't have, like, a multiple Scorched Earths. I could just start holding tags. Though then he trashes my same old thing and I can't index anymore. Yeah, okay. Let's just cash up. Yeah, it's probably desperation, but doesn't matter. I feel like I win anyways. Like, there's no reason to take any risks, like hitting an aggressive secretary, for example. Which, who knows? Maybe he's running aggressive secretary. Probably not, because I've already seen Junebug, but whatever. Like, if he spends his turn advancing that... I guess if it's an Atlas, that's actually awful, because you can't... Whatchamacallit. You can't index against Atlas, because he just searches in between. So maybe I should have run it? I don't know. It's possible. Anyways, if he's not icing R&D further, then I'm just going to go for it. Yep. This is going to be expensive. 29 credits, and I'll only barely have enough. It'll be 14 to get through Hadrian's Wall twice. And this is a strength 8, so 7 as well. Yeah, 7 as well. So that's 28, and then I'll have to, like, eat some tags, probably. Gross. If this indexing whiffs, I'm going to be upset. At least if this game lets me take my money off of Katie Jones. Jeez. Not... Yeah, okay. This is quite anticlimactic, to say the least. Okay, there we go. Oh, finally. Jeez. It's possible that I should have Katie Jones'd, drawn some more cards or what, done some other nonsense, and then next turn start with Account Siphon, and then do indexing. Because then he doesn't have like nearly as much money, and I have way more money. I don't know. But whatever, this is fine. This is fine. And... boop. Wait, I'm dumb. I needed to not do that. Oh god, I'm terrible. If he reses this, oh god. No! Why did I break that? I thought I had the money. I'm 1 credit short. Ah! Jeez. Yeah. Oh god. I did the math wrong. No. No. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna go Archer, then Beanstalk, then Shipment, and then 2 hostile takeovers. And we'll hit R&D again later. Yeah. Might as well bury them right at the bottom. I don't want to like